Welcome to VHS Voyage, where we are on a journey to find, watch, and discuss movies on VHS we've never seen or never knew existed. I'm Matt.
I'm Devin.
In today's episode, we're going to talk about
Super Mario Bros.
So today's episode is one that I've actually been excited for quite some time because I've seen this movie multiple times when I was younger. Now, admittedly, I haven't seen it in probably 10 to 15 years. It has been a while, so this was almost a fresh watch for me too. But Devin has never seen it, but he knows about it. He knows how notorious this movie is in the world of video game movie adaptations. The reason we wanted to do this episode is because 2 days ago, the Super Mario Bros. Movie came out from Nintendo and Illumination. So we felt that it was fitting to go ahead and cover this movie on the channel at around the same time. Devin, hit us with some juicy facts and information. I know you probably found some pretty interesting stuff.
This was directed by married couple Rocky Morton and Annabelle Jankel. IMDb.
Okay, so I actually know this one.
Oh, okay.
4.1.
Yep. Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten Tomatoes, I don't know. I'm gonna say 30. Critics. 29, okay. And then user, I'm going to say, I feel like the user score is probably a little more generous. I'm going to say 40.
It's also 29.
Okay.
It's just the same. So this stars Bob Hoskins, John Leguizamo, Dennis Hopper, Samantha Mathis. Those are like your four main characters right there. This was the first ever live action video game feature length film.
Really?
This was the first one ever made.
Now that I did not know.
Yeah. So
this was uncharted territory then.
It was. Yeah. So all three actors were kind of outspoken about this movie. They just said it was just on set was just a disaster. It was a nightmare. It was a huge budget movie. I mean, a ton of money. They said the directors were control freaks. They constantly argued. They were
married.
Pretty much, probably. The directors wanted to make a more adult movie, and the studio wanted it completely oriented to kids. So there was constant rewrites on the set. They were constantly rewriting the movie. It was just a disaster. There was a ton of money put into the movie, so the sets were just huge. They were going over budget. It was just kind of a nightmare to work on set. So these next facts kind of go into that as well. John Leguizamo and Bob Hoskins were constantly drinking on the movie. Basically what I found out. They were constantly drinking on the movie because they said they had to find a way to make this fun some way.
Wow. So
they were constantly drinking on the movie, which led to John Leguizamo getting hit by a car on set and breaking his leg because he came to set drunk. And Bob Hoskins had his finger slammed in the van of their plumbing truck and broke his finger.
Ooh.
Lots was cut from this movie, like over 30 minutes was cut, which I kind of noticed when watching it. It was like sometimes things, like how did that character get here? They were just here, and I was like, that's weird. This just seems like there was like a scene cut right here. So there was lots cut from the movie. So it had a $48 million budget, and if you use an inflation calculator to convert that now, that's $100 million budget. Woo. So it was a huge movie, and it did not make its money back at all.
Oh, I'm sure. In this movie, a meteor that killed the dinosaurs ended up somehow causing two realities to split. So two parallel universes, one which is our universe, and the other which is a universe where the dinosaurs survived and they evolved to become intelligent human-like beings, which is kind of weird. The movie starts 20 years before current events in the movie in Brooklyn. You see a lady, she drops off an egg to some nuns. She's running from Koopa. I think she dies is what's insinuated. Cut back to the nuns, the egg hatches, and there's a baby in the egg, a human baby. Fast forward 20 years later, we're introduced to the Mario brothers, Mario and Luigi, played by Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo, and they're a couple of plumbers. So you get to know them a little bit, you kind of get to see their characters, and then you get introduced to the female protagonist of the story, Daisy, who is an archaeologist. And this is the first thing that I feel is a little weird with this movie is they didn't use Peach.
Yeah.
They used Daisy. Nobody cares about Daisy. We want Princess Peach. You're introduced to Daisy. She's an archaeologist. She is on a dig site at a construction site where they uncovered some dinosaur bones. So she's trying to dig up the dinosaur bones. And then you get introduced to Koopa's goons, who are his cousins. Their names are Spike and Iggy, which are the names of some bad guys from the games as well. They're a couple of bumbling idiots. They're tasked with kidnapping Daisy. And instead, they end up kidnapping Bob Hoskins, Mario's girlfriend, Daniela. Luigi and Daisy go on a date because Luigi's infatuated with her. They end their date at the construction site so that she can show Luigi the bones that they dug up. Pipe bursts, so Luigi calls Mario. Mario comes in, him and Luigi try to fix the burst pipe. While they're doing that, the goons show up. They knock out Mario and Luigi. They kidnap Daisy. Mario and Luigi quickly get up and start chasing after them. And then they find this portal to the alternate universe, and Luigi gets Daisy's necklace as she's being drugged into the portal because her necklace has a piece of the meteorite on it as a rock. So Mario and Luigi jump into the portal into this alternate world where they have to try to save Daisy and Daniela and stop Koopa from enacting his evil plan, which is to use Daisy and her magic meteor rock to merge the two universes together so that he can rule both universes with plenty of resources. That is essentially the story of Super Mario Bros. Do you guys remember when all that happened in the video games? I don't, because none of that happened in the video games. I want to hear some stuff from you because obviously this is your first time seeing the movie. And so I want to hear some of your thoughts on it.
I need to say this now because if I don't and I wait till the end, it's not going to make as much sense when we talk about certain scenes.
Okay.
I want to make sure people know I'm not trolling when I say this. I'm not like a huge Mario stan.
Right.
And I completely understood about 10 minutes into this movie, this is going to be nothing like the video game. So I completely threw that out of my mind.
Yeah.
I fuck with this movie so much. I had so much fun watching this movie. I can't even begin to explain to you. And I'm going to kind of get into this a little bit. I thought Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo had great chemistry.
Oh, 100%.
Great chemistry. I thought the production design was fantastic.
That's one of the things I was going to mention. The set design's incredible.
Set design, bro. Animatronics are great. Almost everything is practical. Even the CGI that's in the movie, which there's barely any, looks good. There's fun action scenes. They look great. The sound design is great. Alan Silvestri does a killer score on this movie.
The score is good. It really is.
The set design, the costumes, everything. Even some of the characters are cool. They make the Goomba look like a weird dinosaur thing. I know it's not accurate, but it still looks really good and really cool. Yeah. There are some funny moments. Is the writing good? No. Is the acting good? No. But that also kind of goes into the writing.
Right.
Does it really have anything to do with Mario? Not really. There's a little bit of references there. Also, it has one of my favorite things that movies in the 80s and 90s used to do. It's where characters would go through a portal into another world, like Page Master, Time Bandits. I've heard of some other ones here. Halloween Town, Little Monsters, James and the Giant Peach, Warriors of Virtue. I used to love when movies did this back in the day. So this does that. I'm very aware that it's not accurate, but here's kind of the point I'm getting to. I think if this movie did not have the words Super Mario Bros. Attached to it, people would love this movie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I genuinely think people would like this movie if it did not have this property attached to it. It would be another loved 90s movie, and that 4.4 or whatever it had would probably go up to like a 6 or something.
Yeah.
I just think this movie gets shit on and ridiculed because it is a Mario Bros. Movie, and the fan base isn't gonna like that it's not similar to Mario Bros. I really enjoyed this movie though. I had a lot of fun with it. I liked it. I genuinely liked it. I just don't know if they should have called it Super Mario Bros.
Yeah. Okay, so it's funny that you say all that, right? Because there are actually a lot of people that like this movie.
Yep.
This movie has a cult following.
Yeah,
it
I saw
really
that.
does. Yeah, it has a cult following from both Mario fans and non-Mario fans. Now, I've always loved this movie. Always. Ever since I was a kid, I've loved this movie. I've always known that it's not a good video game adaptation at all, but I've always enjoyed watching this movie.
Also, I want to say something else. I don't know if there's ever been a video game adaptation that is accurate to the video game.
Right, exactly.
They just take elements. Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie, which I don't really like, honestly, all that much. I know a lot of people like it, is nothing like Sonic the video game, really. The Detective Pikachu movie is just basically fan service with all these Pokemon characters thrown into this world. Mortal Kombat might be the only one that is kind of like the game because it's just like a tournament style fighting each other. Now, this movie barely has anything, even any sort of fan service, but still, it's not, it's very similar to other video game movies that it's not really accurate to the video game.
Right.
But I like this movie.
Yeah.
Am I going to get shit on for saying I like this movie?
No, like I said, dude, it has a cult following, and there's a lot of people that really like this movie.
I had fun. I thought it was really fun.
I mean, Mario fans will obviously acknowledge that this is a terrible adaptation.
Yes.
Because it is a terrible adaptation. But this was a time when the only Mario games that we had were like the NES games, and then I think maybe
Super Mario Worlds, maybe?
I don't know if Super Mario World might have been out by then. Yeah. It might have been out. So it's like, how do you adapt those games?
Right.
Now, when the 3D Mario games started coming out, then you're like, okay, I could see how this could be adapted, and that's what Illumination is doing, right? So there is some fan service. I want to touch on a few fan service elements. So you'll see things referenced in the background, in the set, in the world, like you'll see the words like Bullet Bill. You even see a Bullet Bill at some point that Mario loads into one of the boots and shoots it at Koopa. Bob-ombs are in the movie, a very big part of the movie at the end, actually. The Yoshi is probably the biggest fan service because Yoshi looks like what you would expect a real Yoshi to look like.
He's
and he
even
uses
like a little velociraptor.
Yeah, basically. And he even uses his tongue at one point to try to eat Bowser's girlfriend, or not Bowser, Koopa's girlfriend or whatever. So there's some fan service. Also, the de-evolution guns, the handheld de-evolution guns, those are super scopes, the Super Nintendo Super
I saw that
Scope.
in the facts.
Yeah.
Also, I noticed another thing. So all the guns, they shoot fireballs.
Yeah,
so it's
they
like the
shoot fireballs.
fireballs being shot out and stuff like that. So yeah.
Which the fireballs look pretty cool.
Dude, this whole movie looked good. The movie looks really good.
Yeah.
Like they definitely had budget.
Oh,
like,
yeah. You know, the police car chase sequence?
Yeah.
The police cars were really cool looking.
Oh, and dude, the practical effects, the explosions, I mean, it was really cool. I like that scene.
One thing that I do like about this movie is it moves at a breakneck speed.
Oh, that's why I was saying it's so much fun. It's just like bang, 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 bang.
It is.
Like
It's
nothing
just,
stops.
Yeah, constantly something happening.
Yep.
It never slows down at all. So this world is one big city surrounded by desert on the rest of the planet. So they have no resources. Everybody in this city is insane and violent. Okay. They all dress crazy. They're all violent. They're all insane. Toad is in the movie, but Toad is just some random musician. Toad gets de-evolved into a Goomba. The Goombas are like these big, like giant, like lizard dudes with really goofy looking heads.
I was really confused by that. I was like, they just call him Toad. They're like, oh, there's Toad.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And then he gets de-evolved into a Goomba. I'm sitting here, I'm like, I don't, that's definitely not the video game.
Yeah, it's weird. One of my favorite scenes in the movie, Mario and Luigi, they first get to this world. This old lady walks up to them and she's like, well, it's kind of dangerous out here. Do you boys have guns on you? And they're like, no, we don't have any guns. And then she pulls out a gun on them and robs them and takes the necklace, Daisy's necklace. And then this large woman in all red comes over, picks the old lady up, takes the necklace, and throws her over a damn bridge. And then she clicks her mechanical boots together and jumps to the other side of the city and escapes with the necklace.
I love this movie.
Let me go! What are you doing? Let me go!
Come and get it, big boy.
Let's talk about the creepy scene. There's a scene where Koopa has Daisy like change into a dress and she comes up to his quarters and Koopa gets real creepy with Daisy. Like, I'm not gonna say the word, he gets kind of like real creepy with Daisy. And then he makes some comments like I'll finish with you later or something like that. And he like sticks his little lizard tongue out at her and shit.
Dude, Dennis Hopper went back into Blue Velvet mode. Those who know. If you've seen Blue Velvet, you know.
Dude, you know what? I wish that I could have been in the room with the Nintendo executives the first time they watched this movie, dude. I wish I could be in that room.
Yeah.
So eventually Mario and Luigi team up with Spike and Iggy because when they're super smart, they decide they don't really want to support Koopa anymore. They don't like his plan. So they find out that this woman that stole the necklace, the large woman that threw the old lady, her name is Big Bertha, and she's a bouncer at a bar. You can't make this shit up. So they go to the bar to try to find her so that they can get the necklace, because they're going to trade the necklace for Daisy. Okay, that's their plan. And they find Big Bertha, and Mario's like, I'm going to woo her with my charm. Watch this. So he goes up to her and he starts flirting with her, and she decks him in the face. So he goes back over to Luigi and he's like, I'm going to give it another try. So he goes back over and he says something like, I like the way you punched me or something, compliments her on how she punched him. And she says something like, dance with me and I'll punch you all you want.
Dance with me. I'll hit you all you like.
So eventually Koopa's girlfriend gets a hold of the necklace and she decides, you know what? I'm going to merge the realities myself. Screw Koopa. I don't need him. So she goes down and basically the idea is if you insert this rock into the meteor, it's going to merge the realities. So she starts to do this and then she dies brutally.
Yeah, bro. Aunt Petunia.
Yes.
It's Aunt Petunia from Harry Potter.
Yes, I forgot about that. Yeah. She dies brutally. Devin, what are your kind of closing thoughts on Super Mario Bros?
I'm going to watch this movie again. I think that I'm going to say something. This is my favorite video game movie.
Nice.
I don't really like any other video game movies, maybe besides Mortal Kombat, so that I don't really have a lot to go off of. I love this movie. I had fun with it. I had to throw out of my mind that it's not going to be a faithful adaptation.
Right.
I had to kind of put myself back in the mindset of being a kid and watching this movie. It's so much fun. I actually don't think it's horribly made just from like the way it looks and the music and everything like we were talking about. I think this movie's fun. I think this is like kind of like a comfort movie that I could throw on and just kind of chill and like do something and watch. I liked it so much more than people have made it out to be to me.
Nice. Yeah, I think like we kind of talked about earlier, I think the big thing is people complain about how bad of an adaptation
I get that
it is, but they don't really look at it as a movie on its own.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So here's what I would say to you people watching. Obviously, I love the movie. I've been watching this movie since I was a kid. So needless to say, this is going to be a keep it. And I'm actually, I wasn't expecting you to like it as much as you did.
I really liked it a lot. I thought it was really
fun.
fun.
So I would encourage you guys, if you haven't seen it, give it a chance. If you have seen it, but it was a long time ago and you were younger, I would recommend watching it again through a new lens. Don't watch it as, as wanting it to be a faithful adaptation. Just watch it as it being a fun, over-the-top, insane, silly, goofy movie. And I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. That's it for today's episode on Super Mario Bros. I'm Matt.
I'm Devin.
We'll catch you guys next time.